I'd love to target your quadriceps, the muscles in the front of your thigh, with a leg press, and I've got Kim here on the program. Kim, welcome to Sensible Fitness.
Thank you.
Kim has done some exercising here at Sensible Fitness, and she's kind enough to show us how to use the leg press as I describe how it's done properly, and then we'll visit a little bit more with Kim and learn some more about her story. Kim, can I get about 15 reps? Okay.
All right.
And you can begin when you want. What she's doing is she's pushing forward, and that's going to give us knee extension. As your knee straightens, it's called knee extension. That's the responsibility of the quadriceps. But this is a compound motion, which means there's more than one joint moving. As she's pushing forward, her knee is straightening out, but also her hip is straightening out. So we're getting hip extension. That's the responsibility of the glutes. So we're getting, and the hamstrings. So we're getting glutes, hamstrings, and quads all at once with this exercise. This particular, we have a couple leg presses here at Sensible Fitness. This particular one has a smaller platform, so there's not a lot of variety for putting your feet in different places. But if your leg press has a big platform, you can move your feet around to hit different parts of your thigh. The reason I like this one is because it sits up off the ground, and we train a lot of older people here at Sensible Fitness, Kimberly not being one of them. And it's a lot easier for someone who's older, or if you're significantly overweight, it's easier to get on this machine that sits up off the ground rather than getting up and down from a leg press that sits really low to the ground. When you get to 15, you can stop.
I am done.
Okay, go ahead and bring it back and let it rest. Okay. Kim has come to Sensible Fitness, and she said that she made an investment in herself. And I mean, personal training does cost money.
Absolutely.
It's sometimes, I mean, we have programs here that are very inexpensive, but we also have, you know, one-on-one training or small focus group training that's a little bit more expensive. And you know, if times are tough and you're trying to scrape up, you know, every penny, how do you justify coming to a trainer and spending the money?
That's a good question, because I think that's what everybody that looks into personal training asks themselves, you know, over time, how much is this going to cost? And, you know, I should just be able to be disciplined enough to go to a gym and do it on my own. And the sad part about it is
you're not.
You never do, and you could hurt yourself because you're not trained in that area. And so, you know, there comes a point in time you have to decide what's most important, and investing in myself is most important. And there are certain areas that I budget for. And is it difficult? Does that mean I don't, you know, buy as many coffees? Sometimes, yes. It just depends on what's going on in my life. But because you have so many different options, if for some reason I'm really struggling financially, you know, I can come in and do a boost class if I needed to, you know, until I could get back to where I can do the one-on-one. But it's night and day compared to what I was like before I didn't invest in myself. So, you know, it's one of those things where you budget for. Okay. And I think a lot of people feel that way. So, you know, it's one area that I think personally should be covered by insurance because it's maintenance. Right. You know, but
preventative maintenance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do another set. And we're going to talk about a couple other things as you're doing that. First of all, breathing is really important on the leg press. There's been research done with people who hold their breath while performing exercise, and they used a leg press because when you hold your breath and bear down really hard, it causes your blood sugar, your blood pressure to skyrocket when you start breathing again. So that's where you get the philosophy a lot of trainers have is exhale during the exertion phase, and that's going to help keep your blood pressure stable. And the exertion phase on this particular exercise is when you're pushing out. If you have knee pain, if you ever... Whoa, stop everything. I need to talk to someone, and you know who you are. You're the one who stopped me and says, hey, I love your TV show. I don't do anything, but I love to watch it. This message is for you. Where the heck did I go wrong? I try to be inspirational. I try to be educational. I put out this TV show for over 10 years to help motivate you and the other folks here in the Cincinnati area. I need you to quit doing what you're doing right now, which is what? Sitting. Get up. It's time to regain your youth, regain your vigor, regain your energy levels, regain your life, regain your appearance. There's no reason you should not be proud to put on a swimsuit and go out into public. No reason at all.
I invite you to get more information on this Cincinnati-based television show and the services of the Sensible Fitness Personal Training Center. You can call us, you can email us, you can get on our website. The information is right here.
If you have knee pain, if you ever feel knee pain on a leg press, try putting your feet a little bit higher on the platform. And what that's going to do is it's going to put more of the pressure on your hip muscles, your butt, and the muscles up in your hip versus the muscles around your knee, which would be your quadriceps. There's a little bit less knee flexion when your feet are up high and a lot more hip flexion, so it takes pressure off different joints. So, but I hate to see you give up the leg press. It's a great exercise, a great functional exercise. This carries over into being stronger to get up and down off the floor, to go up and down up steps, and all sorts of different things. You talked about insurance and preventive maintenance and the investment and all that, and I think that's wonderful, because if you become diabetic, if you become overweight, have blood pressure, cholesterol, all these bad things happening to you, it's going to end up costing you more in the long run.
Absolutely.
You know, the medicines and buying bigger clothes and all the different things. I've actually done TV segments on the cost of being unhealthy, and it gets expensive. It gets very expensive. The first thing
that the doctors tell you when you have problems with blood pressure or stress, they always tell you work out. I mean, you battle with depression,
right.
Any of those things. It's incredible, truly, the things that occur when you start working out, because you start feeling better.
Right.
You know, I'm 40 years old and I feel, you know, it's tough to be, you know, 40 and I'm a single parent and being out there and
You're
you know,
a cougar.
Yeah, well, but I feel like I have to keep up the maintenance. I need to keep taking care of myself, because at the end, it's just me, myself, and I, you know.
Right.
You know, so.
I had a client come in. You've met Scott. He's trained in here when you were. Scott met a gentleman who's 85 years old who runs marathons. And he was just amazed that this guy at 85 years old runs marathons. And this 85-year-old's advice was, when you turn 40, get your body to where you want it to look like and then keep it there.
Absolutely.
It's like, because that's when so many changes start happening.
Yes,
And,
that's for sure.
But I just thought that was neat advice. I'm going to try to get a hold of the guy and have him on the show. It's just wonderful. But what a great thing. You know, when you get to 40, you better get your body to where you want it to be and keep it there, because it's all downhill from there. So, interesting philosophy he had.
Yeah.
Kim, thanks for being on the program.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay, leg presses, they're in about every gym. Give it a shot. Great way to tone your legs, firm up the backside. All right, give it a try.